The way I do a blended course is basically that we don't use class time for lectures. And yet this is philosophy. You still need lectures. You still need the material explained to you. So the way it works is you get the lectures on your own in an easy to digest online format. I've already given you instructions about how to access these videos, and note they're broken up into chunks of 15 minutes or less. And so I just want to go through some tips now for how to succeed in a blended format course, because it is a little bit different than a regular traditional face-to-face only course. The first point is that you really have to manage your time. You probably need a regular time, probably. Some part of your schedule that you carve out and use just for this course, for viewing the videos, for taking notes on them, and so on. Probably you need to manage your space as well. Now, there isn't any one set space that you have to devote to this course other than when you come to class. Maybe you're going to view these videos in a lab, on a lab computer. Maybe you're going to do it on your laptop. Maybe you're going to do it on some kind of small device. In any case, you may need to take charge of that space and sort of keep it organized and uncluttered so that it's usable for this purpose. A really important point is to not fall behind. Just because stuff is online and because there's more flexibility in when you do it doesn't mean that you can just do it whenever. Um, don't be like this idiot. He's, left all of his studying until the night before the exam. This will not work. That is a recipe for failure. No matter how much Red Bull you drink, that will not be a suitable replacement for going through the material at the right pace. Right? There's always a rhythm to a course. There still is a rhythm to taking a course when it's a blended course. So keep up, do this stuff by when you're supposed to do it, and you should do great. Another point is that you've got to read. Reading is as important as it ever was for this type of course. And I strongly suggest that people mark up the page. Look, this book isn't like a $200 biology book or something that you can turn around and sell and make out like a bandit. The book isn't worth much. What's worth a lot more is the knowledge that you can gain from it. So just like if you're trying to get the juice out of a lemon, you squeeze the crud out of that lemon until it's just a little nubbin. You get all the juice out of it. Squeeze that book. Write it, mark it, underline it, put notes in the margins. Go nuts. That's your book. You want to get the knowledge out of it. That's way more important than being able to sell it back at some later date. So read. Read slowly, read carefully, read critically. And if you have questions, write them down. I'll say more about that in a minute. Another point, you should pause. The glory of having lecture material delivered online is that you can pause it. You can pause it, go get a cup of coffee, and come back to it. You can rewind. What did that guy just say? Well, just make one click or two clicks, and there you go. You can hear it again. You may want to review parts of it. You may watch it, do the reading, and then want to review certain parts again. You may want to review certain elements of the lectures before a test. Of course, it would be incredibly foolish to leave it all before the test. There's no way you're going to actually absorb the information that quickly. Anyway, don't forget that you can pause, rewind, and replay. You can even download. There are different ways to do that. This is one of the most important points. You've got to take notes, lots of notes, and tattoo this on your arm. Don't only write what I write. If a professor talks for an hour and only writes 10 things on the board, and you only write down those 10 things, you're a garbage note taker. You don't know what you're doing. You do have to sometimes write down things that are only said and not written. Of course, if it is written, if I've got some big argument analyzed in the video with 3 premises and a conclusion, yeah, you had better write that. But you also might want to write when I say, but don't write that, premise 2 is obviously false, so it's an unsound argument. If you just record only what I've written, you would miss that crucial information. So you do need to sit down with the video and take notes just like you would in a regular face-to-face class. Although I don't recommend doing it with a gigantic ring on your finger like this young lady here. Finally, come to class ready to talk. The fewer class sessions that we do have are going to be devoted to me interacting with you and you interacting with one another. And you're not going to be able to hide. You're going to be expected to talk. What do you think about this argument? Do you think it's sound? Do you think this theory is true? Why do people hold it? We'll do short writing assignments. We'll do discussions. But the one thing, and other activities as well, the one thing we're absolutely not going to do is just have me talk for an hour, because it's not a lecture. You've already got that material. So I would say bring questions. Write them down. Whatever else we're doing, get those questions answered. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to answer your questions and help you to understand the material and see why it's so doggone interesting. I'm here to help you decide what you think about this material and make up your mind about the philosophical issues that we discuss. So bring questions. Come to class having done the readings and having viewed the videos and taken notes on them. And come loaded, ready to fire. And we're all going to be interested to hear what you say. So see you in class and online.